Maybe they were just being polite.
Actually, they might. It might have happened.
Yes, it's possible.
Who knows? Who knows? So it's going to be Ezreal and Taric locked in for the Kuala Lumpur Hunters, but you can see the bird.
Yeah.
Is the word currently for Armageddon.
Anivia, especially if you're maybe not as skilled as the other guy in mid lane, Anivia is pretty hard to play to her full potential, isn't she, Ursula, wouldn't you say?
Like, I find other champions harder, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think the skill cap is high, but there are other champions that the skill cap is higher. Higher. Basically.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, I was thinking about something else.
Yeah.
I was thinking about something else, you know, that's why.
It wasn't someone walking past or anything, was it?
A girl, did you see?
Yeah.
I saw Carmack. I just have eyes for Carmack.
Just got eyes for Carmack. Diana being locked in this time was banned in the last match, so Nocturne as well in the jungle. So Kuala Lumpur Hunters set themselves out. Wukong was the last pick for Armageddon, who is going to be the final pick. And looking at the team comps, what are you thinking here?
Dive buddy, huh? For Kuala Lumpur Hunters. Nocturne going in, Shen ulting onto him. That's a pretty devastating combo if that works. And off the back of that, of course, Diana can go in as well. You're welcome.
Shen works pretty well with melee assassins in mid lane.
Right, yeah.
He was really good because obviously they go in, if they go in with a shield and suddenly a guy pops out, yo, I'm Shen, I taunt you all.
Right. We'll have to see how good their coordination actually is, Kuala Lumpur Hunters. They didn't look so great in the game against Elohel, but there may have also been a bit of a skill mismatch there. Yeah, the setup thing as well, yeah. So we'll have to see, because the point that you just raised is great, but the Shen needs to know how to react in time, and that's of course team coordination. And the final pick here, Vayne, I would say, I mean, I'm going out on a limb here again, I might be completely wrong again, but mechanically, one of the harder AD carries, isn't she?
Yeah, for me, I find pretty fun playing Vayne as AP.
Yeah,
I find pretty fun, because it's just different as for the 80s.
Alright then.
So I think that is the picks, ladies and gentlemen, done and dusted. So over to the not so cool desk.
There we are.
Not so cool desk.
No, they're clearly cooler than us because they're doing the casting in the game. It is Joe Miller and Jason. But I love you, Kaplan.
Thank you very much, Demon. And again, Jason, you will have a silly name, what should I say?
It's memorable.
So I've actually got a little bit of information that we've not really disclosed up until now about Armageddon. Now, they came into this tournament as a last-minute replacement team. You know, we wanted to fill the spots, bring some local teams in here as well. And actually, Armageddon are a Dota 2 team. Yeah. This is a team that actually, in a Southeast Asian competition, lost 2-1 against Team Zenith, who actually finished top 5 in the International 2, which was their big tournament of the year. So they're actually a really good Dota 2 team. Does it transfer straight into League of Legends? We saw in game number 1 that it certainly doesn't look that way. Game number 2, I am praying, at least for the sake of watching a good game, that this one will be a little bit different. But anyway, let me give you a quick rundown of the two teams. On the blue side for Kuala Lumpur Hunters, we have Hagane on Taric, Jae-young on Ezreal, Golden on Diana, Don Murray on Nocturne, and Monkeys on Shen. And over on the other side for Armageddon, we have Kitty on Nunu, Taichi on Darius in the jungle. We have Barney Stinson, otherwise known as P, on Anivia, Aratil on Wukong, and Insidious on Vayne.
No,
so we are seeing an invade coming out here from Kuala Lumpur Hunters. They are going to get the stun down onto Darius, and he is not escaping this one. There is first blood coming in for Shen. Kitty forced to flash away. And KLH, well, the start doesn't get much better than that, I suppose, unless you get another 2, 3, 4, an ace maybe at level 1. But they're looking like they will be able to start off doing the Wolves and then the Blue, which would already be more jungle creeps taken in that first minute than Armageddon did in the last one.
Yep. Yeah, that's very true. And I'm trying to see that we have Darius, Tyke actually going cloth armor again, 5 pots, not going for boots. He does have exhaust this time, so his ganks will be pretty deadly when he hits level 6. Although we saw last game, I mean, it took him 13 minutes to hit level 6, if he even did. I honestly don't remember if he did. But, I mean, Vayne, as our not-so-cool analysis desk was saying, very hard AD champion to play. Very high skill set.
It's certainly harder than Ashe.
Yeah, and one thing I have to say, Joe, we have an Anivia, so guess what we get to say?
We get to see the Jason Kaplan egg. So anyway, blue buff is going to be spawning here in just a couple of seconds, and we have Don Murray and the bottom lane, plus Diana putting a bit of damage down from the backside as well. Darius was actually hanging around there, decided by the looks of things to back off towards his turret. Obviously, at this level of play, what would normally happen, he could steal it if he came close enough for it. But what would normally happen at this level of play is the jungler would go to the other side of the jungle, give that one up, maybe even look for an invade. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, we are going to see a push in towards a kill. They did get away from that one. But again, that's a flash burnt from Vayne. So very vulnerable, as actually needs to be really careful again. As soon as that Taric stun comes up, off its refresh. And again, look how far pushed out he is. I mean, it doesn't really take that much damage. I mean, obviously Ezreal doesn't quite have his arcane shift just yet, but that won't take too much time here with the way that he's taking down these minions until he can get in there to maybe get this kill off. And what's he gone for? As there is the arcane shift, point number 2. So they are ready to pick up more kills, Kuala Lumpur Hunters.
Yeah, as Analysis was saying earlier, I mean, Kuala Lumpur Hunters have a very dive-heavy team with that Shen. I mean, you can pretty much dive anyone, especially with Golden. I mean, as they're saying, melee assassins, even though she's AP, is just so deadly, especially with that Moonfall. So we'll probably see a couple of those ganks happening. But Shen not having too much problems. Monkey's in this top lane. He's 11 CS to 6 right now. Darius is coming to that top lane with that red buff, but is spotted by a ward. So he's definitely going to need to back away from that. But overall, I mean, or is he? As he's coming in right now.
Yeah, Taric actually moving in there, and, well, you saw Monkey's completely safe with that one. Meanwhile, in the bottom lane, this is where this action's going to go off, I think, with these stuns coming out from Taric, and then Ezreal following in with as much damage as he possibly can.
Top lane, Joe.
Oh, top lane, yeah, they are diving in. And there are actually 2 of them there for Armageddon, both of them going very, very low. As we are
it's good Ignite.
Yeah, did have Ignite to use, but decided against it. Not going for it just yet. But we've got to keep an eye, as a cameraman, I think you've got to keep your eyes very wide open for a game like this already. This bottom turret taking a lot of damage. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Nocturne coming around. He's actually going to flash in for the kill. And this, with that fear down, is going to be a kill picked up there for Don Murray inside of the jungle. Anivia not reacting at all to come up maybe to help a little bit.
It would have been too late.
Decides against it, yeah.
As I always mentioned, I mean, when you're a jungler, you never want to die pre-anything. I mean, to be honest, you always want to keep those double buffs. If you transform over, it just sets you so far behind. And I mean, he doesn't have any GP10, still sitting on cloth armor, only has about 200 gold on him to spend, so he can't even get an item. And I mean, his map presence is completely gone now as well.
And I keep hearing these pings all over the place from players going into low HP, as we are going to see Shen moving in there on towards Aratil. Will actually clone away, decoy away. And he will be safe, at least for now. And he's going to try and actually get back here. I don't think Shen will be able to push that lane out quite fast enough to get in there and stop him recalling. But in this bottom lane, we are going to see a kill coming in there for Vayne. And that will bring us back to 2 versus 1. And in the jungle, God, it's happening absolutely everywhere from this one. Golden will take down Taishi, so that brings their 2-kill advantage back around. Let's have a look at the CS now that we hopefully get a little bit of quiet time. I say that, but it may not quite work out that way. So 36-12 in the top lane, 12-4 in the jungle, 32-18 in the middle lane, 36-14 in that bottom lane. Obviously, we did see the support player going down there, the Taric, but at the end of the day, not the end of the world for them. So
that's the thing, though. You can't get comfortable. You can't get comfortable playing so aggressive as looks like Vayne. Yeah, will in fact go down. So another kill going over.
Yeah,
potentially. But I mean, he's just pushing up the lane right now. Ezreal, he's 41 CS to 15 on Vayne.
Yeah, but Nocturne's here as well. They're going to go for the dive on this one, Kuala Lumpur Hunters. And yep, you can try and portal home Nunu, but it's not quite going to go that way. As Ezreal will pick up another one. That is him now up to 2-0-1. Where's the action going to go down next, Joe? That's the question. It could be anywhere.
Yeah, but I was trying to say that, Taric, I mean, you can't really like take for granted how far ahead you are as you saw him die. I mean, giving away kills like that can be extremely deadly. But then again, it's just a support, so it's not really bad. I mean, you'll get set behind in terms of XP and gold, but I mean, he should be completely fine very soon. Sitting on 600 gold, so he can easily get that Fatal Stone when he backs, actually very shortly. And Golden coming in the top lane. This should be a double kill, to be honest.
And here we go. Golden going to push right in there. Actually, Wukong is right in the middle of them as well, as we do see Darius going very, very low. Not quite finished off, but there it is. The finisher from Diana. And that is another kill going the way of Kuala Lumpur Hunters. Just to quickly mention, after this game, we are going to be having Elo Hell versus Absolute Legends. That'll be on the main stage. They're actually setting up right now, as Monkeys will get ignited. And, well,
they pretty much just all got blocked by Vayne, to be honest, right there. But bot lane, I mean, they are pretty much freezing the lane, which is exactly what they need to be doing. They're CSing just freely currently. But then you have a Taric and Ezreal roaming now, which is the big problem. At the top lane, Joe Monkey.
Oh.
Ooh, that Ignite will pick him up. Yes. Yes, it does, Joe.
Yes, it does, Jason. Yes, it does. 7-1. And in this middle lane now, we may see some pressure coming down onto Anivia, who didn't get egged up until now. Does have that rebirth still available. But, I mean, Darius in the jungle, he's got 7 CS, he's 0-4-0. He's got nothing to offer right now. I mean, if you look at his summoner spells, he's got that exhaust in there, which, you know, it's probably not going to give him that much to work from. And now Anivia getting chased down. They want to zone her out of this turret range. And, well, that turret is going to go down. There's a stun onto Anivia, and they are all on top of her. Actually did manage to flash just before the egg, which, you know, kept her alive for a couple of seconds longer, but no more than that.
Nunu almost getting caught right there as he's running around. Actually might get caught trying to go in behind our hunters, but he just turns around. I want to hear him laugh, because, I mean, with the Nunu butt skin, you have to do it. You have to spam as much as possible. Looks like they actually are going to chase him here.
And more than chase, they're going to dive right on top of him. Actually, Don Murray not really going to fear because,
didn't have the manas.
Didn't really have the mana, and actually didn't really need to once that Taric was in there as well. That will bring us to a 9-1 lead, but 8 minutes and 20, I don't think they're going to manage a 13-minute game to beat that record.
You really went down that road, Joe.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
I mean, honestly, it's a record that everyone will know, so it's kind of cool, even if it's for something like that. But they are pushing on this mid lane now, going for the second tier turret, and should have no problem getting it. I mean, we see Wukong not level 6, we see Vayne actually level 6 right now, and as well as Anivia, but that's it.
Yeah, and they're going to go in for this one. We are going to see Anivia dropping down. There is Darius going low and finished off. Next target is going to be Wukong, who will ulti in there, but that's not going to give him too much to work with. There is a kill for Shen onto Wukong. Taric did die again. They need to report this Taric after the game for feeding. 2-0 now, as we are going to see Vayne, well, troubled somewhat, as they do decide to flash him there, finish it off. Well, not for long, that's for sure at least. Obviously, Nunu not going to be able to do much against this team that are pushing in, although Kuala Lumpur Hunters not super healthy right now, so I'm guessing with their oodles of gold, yeah, everyone over 1,000 there, going to go back. Actually, Taric just picking up, got double GP10, picking up a cloth armor, getting some wards in there. There's a Razor for Nocturne, double Doran shield for Shen,
looks like
also got the Ionic Spark. Yeah, they're going to be trying to finish this one, but
like stacking many ions
3.5 minutes, Jason, is what
Can they do it? What do you think, Jack? Can they do it? I mean, they have an inhibitor turret, they have an inhibitor, and then 2 Nexus turrets.
Well, it's always possible. I mean, are they going to go for it? That's the only thing they really need to say. Are they going to wait, play it a bit safer or not? I'm not really sure about that one. But I guess we're going to find out in the not too distant future of this one. Obviously, I don't want to beat around the bush with this one at all, Jason. This is a game between a team that is on the top level in Southeast Asia against a team that doesn't play League of Legends on, well, any kind of top level. Right. You know, they play their Dota 2 team. They've come in here to fill the numbers, see what they could do. And they can't be too unhappy with really how it's gone for them. I mean, when they're not really full-time players in League of Legends, what can they expect from that one? As Wukong will go down, Monkeys is now unstoppable, and you can see the damage there directly coming in on towards Anivia, who still doesn't have Rebirth up, so will be a prime target for Kuala Lumpur Hunters as they start to push in. And there is the kill from Golden, who is now dominating 6-0-5. Inhibitor turret goes down. Inhibitor itself will follow as well. And I'm sure that they're just going to keep pushing. I mean, look at Darius. Half of his health pretty much gone from that single attack of Diana. And they've got 2 minutes, Jason. They've got 2 minutes to get this record. If they dive, they can take it. As here we go. Pressure coming in on towards Wukong. Will actually manage to get his decoy off. And may even get himself back towards the turret or not as he goes back in towards Shen. Diana finishes that one off. But Vayne actually pushing in hard here. There's the first Nexus turret going down. 11.5 minutes. They've got the time to beat that record. There's a stun on Vayne. And there is the second Nexus turret going down as well. Nexus now being focused as well. And they are going to have this one. There's the flash ulti out of Kitty on Nunu. But it's not quite enough. They're on half HP here on the Nexus. They're all going low, but they've managed to survive it. Nexus is now being focused, and they are going to beat the record of Elo Hell. 11 minutes and 50 seconds, I guess, by the time it ends out. 19-3 in the end. You can see there Kuala Lumpur Hunters on your screen. Job done.
Yeah, I mean, you can't really say anything bad about Armageddon. Like you said, they're a Dota 2 team. and they get to come to an awesome event. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, which I might be, they win prize money even in 8th place, correct? Like if they're
I'm
towards
not
the bottom?
100% sure about that. I think you have to finish not bottom.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure though, but you know, came here as a team that were not even underdogs. I don't think we could even call them that coming into this, as a team that don't even really play League of Legends, certainly on no serious level as we've seen.
Right.
So you know, they've come here, they've had their experience. What that means for them next, I guess, is really anyone's guess.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if I had a chance to play a game at an event that I had no idea about or I didn't play often, I would take it just because it's an experience. It's fun. It's good times.
Well, maybe not so great times for them as they went 0 for 2. They still have to play Absolute Legends, NA, who I'm sure from their point of view, 11 minutes and 51 seconds is their time to beat in that third game. But we are going to throw it over to the analysis desk, and those guys are going to break down that game.
Yes, thank you very much. And let's break down that game. I mean, Ocelot, what is your opinion of the key moment of that game right there?
I heard you, Dimon.
Thank you for not choosing me.
Well, the game, I mean, we knew who was gonna win.
We knew who was going to win.
Yeah, basically.
And they had a goal, and they got it. They beat the 13-minute game. Apparently, Quick Shot and Panky have had a quicker game. They reckon they've had an 8 or 9 minute game.
Actually, think about this. Think about this. If we are talking about time, you know, second and third team, if they are tied, is there any chance for them to be tied at all?
Well, there may be. Who knows? I mean, Quantum Hunters have obviously got to play yet. They've lost to ALNA.
In that case,
so they've got to play Elo Hell.
We might have a problem here because
it might be a crazy time.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if they are beating this team quite easily, and
we should get a ruling from the referees on that, because I think the time that actually matters is the time between the two teams that are tied.